Hey guys, so as I'm approaching my third year here at Bournemouth University, I thought it might be fun if I go back and watch my first year move-in vlog and kind of react to it and give you my opinions on everything that happened. I remember it was such an exciting day and I had been waiting for it for so long. Like I can't even describe how excited I was. I was like a kid at Christmas. I was buzzing, and I remember just being so excited to see my new room as well. So that's what I remember from my first day. Okay, right, press and play.
Quickly.
I remember I had to wake up really early in the morning.
Sound dead. Somehow I've managed to get freshers flu before freshers.
That was the other thing. I was like ill before I went to uni and then I got freshers flu. Freshers flu is a real thing. I think I had on and off freshers flu. Like it was kind of like a cold with like a temperature every now and then. I think I had it for a month just because I was so busy and I just didn't ever let myself like have free time to rest. Don't do that. Please just nap when you need to. I definitely had a lot of naps in first year. I remember being really excited because I've got a list of like ambitions on my door that I made when I was in like year 9, and one of them was to go to uni, so it's been like a long time dream coming. I would say my style is so completely different now. Like I have changed so much since first year, it's so weird. And also I brought so much stuff. You don't need to bring as much stuff as I did. I feel like I brought a lot, but a lot of it was like cushions, so they kind of stayed there. It was just like the first initial move and moving out, there was a lot of stuff. My room is so nice. I miss the view so much. If you're in probably most of the accommodations, but if you're in Bailey Point, I definitely recommend trying to get one of the rooms from, I'd say probably like floor 8 upwards. I remember at this point as well, I hadn't met any of my housemates. I was actually quite nervous to meet my housemates, even though we'd been talking on Facebook Messenger for like a good month or 2 beforehand. It was that like first initial meeting, so I kind of like hid. I didn't hide in my room, but like I spent a lot of time like in my room unpacking the stuff in my room first because I could hear everyone outside in the corridor and I got a little bit shy. I did love how I decorated my room. I didn't decorate it as much in this video. I'll put in like a little video now of what it actually looked like at the end of the year. I loved it, I was obsessed. I remember being quite nervous here because I was thinking about how I probably only had a good like 3 hours until my parents left, and while I was excited, it was such a weird feeling knowing that I wasn't going to see my parents for like a good couple months. I had just been travelling as well. I'd been travelling for a month before this, so I was used to being away from home, but in my head like it was different because I was like living away from home, like I wasn't on holiday, like this was like a second home. I don't remember which one of my friends said this. I think it may have been you, Polly, if you're watching, that I should probably vlog because something was bound to happen on my first day. Well, we went into the kitchen, started unloading stuff, and of course I decided to open the fridge. Opened it, and as soon as I opened it, someone's mayo fell out, and I remember this as well. I was mortified. Like, it was only mayonnaise. I think I'd only met my housemate about once before I smashed her mayo all over the floor, and to me, like, I was like, oh my god, this, like, as first impressions go, this is not great.
We sat down and like spoke for like a couple hours. Played some poker, then the others cooked, but I ate at like 4, so I wasn't hungry.
I wasn't hungry because I was so nervous, and this I feel like is a great example of like how social media is fake. Like I wasn't hungry because I had eaten my lunch very late, but I also wasn't hungry because I was so nervous because I was in such a new environment. This like improved very quickly. I got my appetite back, but yeah, I definitely there was definitely more to it than I wasn't hungry.
Later that same evening,
We went out clubbing, like I said. The clubs are so much better than they are where I live.
I'd been clubbing before, but I hadn't been clubbing that much because a lot of my friends hadn't turned 18 yet. This was such a weird experience for me, like staying up until like 4 in the morning. and then like getting back from like a huge club. Like we went to Cameo on the first night, and I just remember it being absolutely packed, and them having like these like air cannons that like shot like fog at you, which was really cool. It was really exciting because I'd just met a bunch of new people, I'd been to a new club, like it was very exciting.
Quickly feeling great. I think it's just so jarring for me because it's different. Like I've been put in a place by myself, and I've got to like start over, make new friends.
I remember feeling very lonely. I've never experienced that feeling of like being thrown in the deep end, or like not knowing anyone and like having to make a whole like new set of friends when you don't know anyone at all. And I remember feeling incredibly overwhelmed by it. I was like scared because obviously, like I said at the start, this has been a dream that I've had like for so long, and I was like, I feel like I felt like dropping out. It was I was very scared at the start, and here I am now going into my third year. So I'm glad that I put it in here. It makes me sad watching it back because I changed very quickly, I think. I improved a lot the next day because I spoke to one of my housemates, and then a couple of days later I spoke to one of my other housemates and gave me some advice, and after that I was completely fine. So within the first week pretty much I'd like adjusted and I felt pretty good. You just have to push yourself over that first hurdle. I think everyone has their wobbles. Just try and keep yourself busy. I think that's what I did. I kept myself busy, I spoke to people, and I all of a sudden found that I got very much absorbed in university life, and I got just swept off my feet with how busy I was. First day was so exciting, like regardless of my nerves, the excitement overtook that. It was only at the point where I stopped, so 4 AM in my case, when I got back from the club, and the following morning. They were the only 2 times that I was ever particularly teary, because the rest of the time I was so busy that I didn't have a chance to be teary. This was just my experience of my first couple days at university. You may go to university and may find it a breeze. It's completely individual. Get stuck in and make some amazing memories. Hope you are as excited as I was for my first year of university, and I'm just as excited for my third year of university as well. I absolutely love it. I think it's the most fun thing. I just love it. So yeah, I hope you're filled with as much as enthusiasm as I am, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!